land expropriation without compensation, we will have to go a few rounds before there is clarity for all concerned. It is important from the outset to stress that the Cape Chamber of Commerce and Industry is an organisation that since inception 214 years ago is completely apolitical, or differently put, politically neutral. We religiously guard this status, especially the fact that it gives us gravitas and allows us to deal with various sectors of society. Politics, as you know, is often the case, impacts on our economy either positively or negatively. And that is where the Cape Chamber of Commerce and Industry has an immense responsibility to play a leading role as the voice of business. It's very important to stress for the non-members present here today to take cognizance of the fact that as the Cape Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we represent all races and all sectors of society when it comes to business. As the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we believe that it is paramount that we consider all aspects, interpretations and views of an issue. That is the main reason for this evening. I've heard that it's said about our event this evening that some people are losing their marbles when it comes to expropriation of land without compensation. I've also heard that it is said that some will be left with nothing but chicken feet after the land expropriation without compensation. Ladies and gentlemen, land expropriation without compensation, the phrase itself conveys to many the fact that something that is owned by one person will be unceremoniously taken away and given to another. For many, land expropriation without compensation can be interpreted as an inflammatory turn of phrase. I would even be as bold to say that I don't think two people in this room this evening will have exactly the same idea of what it actually means, or when it will really happen, and if and when land expropriation without compensation is implemented. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we are having this evening, so that we can move from having an opinion to actually taking a stance. And for us to take a stand, as the saying goes, you either take a stand for something or you fall for everything. The World Bank, as you know, has observed that South Africa's historical, highly skewed distribution of land and productive asset is a source of inequality and social fragility. The President, Cyril Ramaphosa, has himself reiterated that expropriation of land without compensation will be done in an orderly manner. In his own words, he has said, "We will seek to ensure, as we did in 1994 when we crafted our constitution, that we take into account the interests of all our people of our beloved land. That we take into account the interests of all our people." Tonight, we have a smaller task. We need only take into account the interests, or differently put, the views of two people as a start. I fully appreciate that our two heavyweight debate champions may represent views contrary to yours. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask you that we have a healthy, robust, yet respectful conversation this evening, so that we may move towards a sustainable solution to what is a very complex issue affecting all of us in South Africa. Our heavyweight debate champions this evening are, and I'd firstly like to start with who is affectionately known as Comrade Andile Mngxitama. I practiced this all afternoon. The founder of and leader of Black First, Land First, or the BLF. The BLF was founded by Andile in 2015, following his exit from the EFF. He was born and raised by a farm worker and a domestic worker on the farms in Potchefstroom in the Northwest Province, and I understand he also speaks Afrikaans. He very impressively holds a master's degree in sociology from the University of Witwatersrand and writes in both genres of fiction and non-fiction. His broad political knowledge and powerful oratory skills, which we will see, are used to examine and highlight the challenges many black people have. Facing Andile will be Dawie Roodt on my left, the chief economist of the Efficient Group. He is a nationally renowned economist who specializes in government, fiscal and monetary policy. Dawie is frequently quoted and participates in media coverage of the economic and financial matters. He also lectures on the subject at leading university and holds a master's degree in economics, which he obtained cum laude. Dawie also was afforded the status of Economist of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, the two heavyweights I have just mentioned undoubtedly will have separate points of view. But just for tonight, I want you to ask you to consider that your point of view you regard may not necessarily be the only and absolute truth there is. We often feel that our perspective is right, and that if everyone just understood the situation as we did, they would have the same point of view as we have. Unfortunately, the world doesn't work like that, ladies and gentlemen, and after this evening, you may very well hold a stronger view of your very own view that you had, or you could have changed your view. But that is entirely up to you. I trust you will find this evening, if not only enjoyable, but also insightful. And I'd like to hand over to Sid for the rest of the evening. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, everybody looks very expectant. Your next task is to tuck into your starter if you haven't done so already. Then we'll serve the main course shortly, and then after that I will outline the terms of engagement and all the rules, of which there are a number, and we can then carry on with the debate. So I'll see you in about half an hour to 40 minutes. Thank you very much.